So I would like to ask, is fear, are we supposed to be, how do I put it? Are we supposed to fear failure, or we are supposed to embrace failure for us to know who we really are?
You must embrace your failures. I have even mentioned it when I was discussing this. Knowing yourself is knowing your gifts and your limitedness. We all have our strengths and weaknesses, and life cannot be on a straight line. Like, you cannot say, oh, I am good and everything has to be perfect. Everything has to be pam, 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 pam. If you find yourself in that aspect of you thinking that everything has to be on a straight line, then I'm sorry to disappoint you or to tell you that life will be so tough for you. You just have to know that there are times you will fail, there are times you will do well. When you have failed, you don't have to stay in that mud. If you have failed, stand up. Stand up from that mess, shake off the dust, and pick the lesson you have learned from that failing, then move on. If it is something you have done better, is something that you have done well, and you feel this is where my gift is, then embrace it and work hard towards, keeping that goodness, keeping that gift that you have, and work towards promoting it and making it better. And I have said that for you to know your failings, sometimes we tend to brush them off simply because they are not good, and we are like, oh, I don't need to think about this anymore. And you can easily forget, actually, but it is not also good to forget your mistakes. As at the moment, put them down. I've talked about journaling, having time to reflect about yourself and writing down. Like, if I leave here this evening, before I go to bed, I will sit down. How was my day? I went to school first. From school, I took a matatu. Yes, from matatu, this was my experience in school. Actually, we discussed about this, and these were some of the things we shared in class. Then from there, I entered matatu. I came to Nairobi, where this was my experience. Maybe the person I sat close to did something that I didn't like. What was my reaction? And what would have Jesus done if he was the one to be in that aspect? Maybe this person hit me with her bags, and the way I reacted, I even left her and stood and went to a different seat. Where have I done wrong, and what would I have done better? If you are able to jot down those things to recall your memories for the day, it helps you to grow. The next time it happens, you'll be able to catch yourself. You're like, oh, this happened the other day, and this was the way I reacted. So if I have reacted again, it means I've not worked on myself. That will, if you are able to capture those moments and tell yourself the truth, it will help you to grow better.
All right.
Yes.
And then this misconception, I don't know if it's a misconception or a fact.
Yes.
That says that one day, one of your fears must come to pass.
Yes.
So how can is it right to use our fears, or our fears, should they influence our decision making?
We will definitely have our fears. We will definitely have the things we are like, I wouldn't want to face this. It is not good to run away from them. It is very, very important that you face your fears. For example, let me use myself as an example. I loved swimming as a child, but I was always afraid of water. Looking at water, I feel I'm going to drown. I don't even want to come close. The only water that I can be friendly is the one on the basin or in the bucket. But for me to come close to the pool, even my world will start turning as if I'm going to fall inside. But this is a skill I needed. And this is a skill I loved, I wanted to. I had to face it on some day, and I went to the pool. I remember it wasn't easy for my trainer. He was laughing. He kept telling me, You can do it. You can do it. I said, okay, I can do it. Now I entered the pool. I felt as if the water was carrying me on top. I want to keep my feet on the ground. It wasn't easy, but I had to face my fear for me to gain that skill. And later on, I became an expert. I'm not afraid of water anymore. I can even stand in front of a lake and even put my hand, which I couldn't before. So there are fears, but no matter the fears you have, one day you will have to face them. So the earlier, the better. And it is good that you face them for you to be able to grow. If you remain in your comfort zone, there is no growth.
So that's an answer. It answers me directly that your fears influence your decision making.
They should somehow, not all fears that should. Not all. Thank you. Not all fears should influence your decisions, but you should look at the good fears, the things that you feel that even if I'm afraid, it will definitely come. So those ones, you should be able to push yourself to them. Yeah.
So that flips us to the other side of the coin. Should our passions also influence our decision making? Passions or things we love?
I will say yes and no. What is it that you love? First of all, what value does it add to your life? If it is something that will make you grow, if it is something that will benefit you and benefit the society, then it should influence. If it is something that is a luxury, it doesn't add meaning, maybe apart from enjoyment and enjoyment for a short time, then that should not influence. I want to use the example of, let's take an example. I love sleeping, and that early morning sleep is very sweet, but I have to wake up and pray. I have to go to mass. I have to go to school. So if I say that my desires, those passions, if sleeping is my passion and I want it to influence my life, then I won't do anything. In the morning hours, it means I'll continue sleeping. So first of all, what is that passion? What is it leading you to? And where does it take you to? If it is something that is making you to grow, I am passionate about passing my exams, for example, passing and being a successful person. I want to join politics. What is your reason for joining politics? Is it to steal and get money? Is it to make a difference and do what other politicians have not done? What is pushing me towards this? If it is that I want to create a difference in the society and do something good that is different from what other people are doing, then follow your passion. But if it is for your selfish desires that will create more harm than good to the people in the society, then please, your passion should not influence your decisions.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Thank you. I have another question.
Okay.
On how do my successes in adversities in life lead me towards discovering who I really am?
How do your successes lead you towards
discovering
or
self-discovery and adversities?
Okay. First of all, for you, what is success for you as a person? Is it about what people look at? Is it about what you know as success from deep within? And how do you want to achieve that success? How you want to achieve that success has to be something that is coming from you. And I have stated that if you feel that there is something you want to achieve and you are finding it difficult achieving it, then seek for help. There are therapists, there are mentors, we have our parents, We have our role models, the people you can reach out to and tell them, this is what is happening to me, this is what I want to achieve, how should I go about this? And they will help you. First of all, you achieve, yes, you have to be aware of what is success for you and how best can you be successful. How do you want to achieve this success? And when you have known how you want to achieve your success, then you set your goals. This is how I want to go about this. For example, a student, you are coming to school, you are starting maybe your first semester for those who are enrolling, but your dream is to be a first class honor. And then you set your goals. Of course, I'm going to read hard. I'll make sure that I do my assignments. I'll make sure that I prepare myself very well before the exams. Pam, 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 pam. And this is how I want to achieve this. And then at the end of the year, for example, at the end of the first academic year, you look at your results. You only have C's and D's. Then you're like, I don't think I'm achieving my first class here. Where have I done wrong? What did I not do well? Then you restructure the way you did it. But you set goals and you were able to track yourself. And maybe in the process of, once you restructure it, now the second academic year, the third academic year, you'll be able to achieve whatever you wanted to achieve. And if you are not getting it, you talk to the lecturer, maybe one of your mentors or one of your counselors, and they're like, hey, this is what I wanted to achieve, but the thing is not coming out. They will be able to help you to re-strategize and know how best to do the other thing.